Another update in the backyard. Dave Henson, BushTubers.com. We're gutting the whole thing now. Derek, out of Organic Farms. I'm gonna edit that. I'm tired. Let's go.
Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to take apart everything that's already dead. So the tomatoes, broccoli, everything's coming out of the garden. We're going to put some more fertilizer in the garden. Get ready for the winter. We're going to put the cold frames back on, and we're going to sow a whole bunch of seeds so we can start eating a whole bunch of stuff from the garden in the winter. Every single part of that broccoli is edible, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
All that?
Yep.
Film that. Look at all that. That's all edible broccoli.
Same with all this lettuce. That's all arugula.
Oh, look at these things, man. They grown. Oh, that's cool.
All this kale, edible.
They're tiny though.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got a little stunted.
Check these out. Beets. Not that kind of beet. 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 Lettuce and leaf. Leafy beet.
You can use the carrot tops in salad too.
Oh, get out of here, little carrots.
Little carrots.
Check that out. Little carrots. Get in there. I grew carrots. That's so cool.
Now, since we're not giving the garden a break, what we're going to do is put a whole whack of compost in. This is organic shrimp compost. It's awesome stuff. 1.511 NPK. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. The building blocks of life for gardens. Blackness.
In the garden.
Nothing left in the garden. We're starting from scratch, but we're starting from scratch because we're going into winter. So now, once we put the cold frame lights on, and we're getting, you know, there's going to be, the temperatures this week are going to be hovering around 10 during the daytime.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to vent. That's going to be important, and you're going to have to start paying attention to water. So we're just going to mix the compost in, get her going, throw the lights on, put the lights on, and sow pretty much every last bit of seed that I have that's a green, we're putting in. And you'll probably need about a month or so you're going to have to water very little, but you're going to want to pay attention to it, right? Things are going to get really warm on the inside of the cold frame, so you're going to want to just pay attention to that.
What have you got?
What have we got left? We're going to do...
Any garlic?
No, garlic goes in, because of the cold frame, I don't want to do... because of the cold frame, I don't want to do garlic because it has to stay overnight, or it has to stay over the over winter. And usually you put it in around this time. But because we only have such small space, and it takes up a lot of room, and you're not going to harvest it until next July, maybe August. So it just takes up a lot of room. Right. So if you had another one or maybe another two, then certainly we'd be able to load it up full of garlic and leave it there for a little while because we've got the space to devote to it. But because we don't have that much room, it just doesn't work out as well to have that much space. It's all lettuce, right? And so lettuce, do you remember the planting rules?
Yeah, it's 2.5 times the depth of the seed.
Right, so 2.5 depth is the depth of the seed. So since the lettuce is so small, we really aren't too worried about it. We're just basically we're just going to stuff this whole thing and hope that it doesn't wind up like last time.
Just spread them around?
Yeah, so you're just basically going to take a small pinch and just start sprinkling them all over the place. The whole point is that we're going to cover this entire square with as much seed as we possibly can. Then we're going to rake it around a little bit, spread some dirt around.
This is all lettuce that we're planting?
Yeah, tons of it. Lettuce is fantastic for winter gardening because it's such a hardy, it responds, it doesn't need, it likes the cool weather a lot. And so since it likes the cold weather so much, and we have the cold frame to protect it.
I love lettuce.
Alright, so we're also putting some chard in too.
Yeah.
Now the chard's going to be a little bit different because we're going to have to, because we have to put it down a little bit because the seeds are a little bit bigger.
Right.
So we'll split these in half with you. And so what you're going to be doing is basically just kind of just stick your finger wherever you want in a bunch of different places. Don't go too deep. Tomorrow morning, I want you to give it some water, just to give it, just to kind of not soak it, but you know, Monday's going to be up to 15 degrees, so we're going to need some more. We're going to need some water size for like some air and stuff. Won't be a bad thing because we're not going to get tons and tons of wind in here as it is, right? It's a fairly enclosed space. Once it's covered in snow and the rest of it, then I'm not too worried about it. The thing that I am worried about would just be if we didn't have the cold frame lights on, then all that's going to happen is that everything's going to freeze right solid and it's just going to be nothing. Right?
Nice.
Don't water by the hose, just water by the bucket.
Okay. Good. So I back up the hose for the winter.
Good.
Nice.
Another guy's garden.
Okay. So basically, this is another episode in the organic garden, trying to get it all squared away.
Now we're starting up the winter.
Sorry?
We're starting up the winter.
Yes, we're doing winter now. So winter organic gardening. It's kind of cool. But so there you go. So hope you enjoyed. Dave Henson, bushtroopers.com. That's Derek Ratcliffe from At Home Organic Farms. And we'll see you next time. Take care, guys. Okay, guys. So walking through some of this with Derek. Right? And this is the kale. So what I'm doing is just cutting the roots off. Try to get those off there, and then we got, I can check through and take some of the good stuff and the bad stuff to get rid of. Right, shave some of this bad boy down. And with broccoli, we got roots there too. Derek was saying that a lot of this stuff here is, it's all edible. All the stems, the little parts. So that's what I'm going to do is take it in there. This stuff here, you can get in there. This isn't obviously that great, so cut this off, get rid of it. But you can shave this down and get into the heart of it. These are huge broccolis, huge. Except they didn't really, they're flowering now, but they didn't really produce a lot of broccoli bushes. So, but that's all right, because we can eat the broccoli leaves, and Derek says they're really good, and I've had a few of them, and they're really good. So lots of broccoli, some broccoli leaves, all edible, good for you, packed full of nutrients. Exactly what nutrients, I don't know, but I'm sure you can look it up. But one thing I've noticed about this whole gardening thing, and all this stuff, and I got my stuff in there, my beets and some lettuce and kale and a bunch of other things, but this stuff's a lot of work. I mean, you need to know a lot of things about gardening, and I think it's beyond me. I'm still trying to learn and read. Some people are into certain things. I don't know how much in the gardening I'm into, but I mean, I know it's important, grow your own food and whatnot, but I tell you, I got a lot more respect for people who have gardens and have a good garden, because mine just hangs on. But I try, but it's interesting. Like Derek's right into it, so he's got a great garden and he shows me all this stuff. But sometimes I sit here and I don't know, but we're gonna keep trying. So take care. Dave Henson, bushtroopers.com. Have a good one.